We booked a week by the sea, but we got something we never expected. A giant climbing the wall of our hotel. A house that turns your whole world upside down. A room that would break my brain. And one small thing about this place that quietly saved us a lot of money. This wasn't just a hotel. It was a week our daughter will never forget. Stay with me, and you'll see exactly why we didn't want to leave. Hey everyone, welcome back to Life in Moments, the channel where we chase the places that make you feel something. And today I've got a special one for you, because this might be one of the most incredible hotels we have ever stayed in. In fact, this is not just a hotel, this is an adventure. Picture this. A giant Yeti, the biggest mascot in the entire world. A real Guinness World Record, climbing up the wall of your hotel. An entire theme park waiting right behind the door. A house that can turn your whole sense of reality upside down. And a sea so blue it doesn't look real. Today I'm taking you to Magaluf, on the island of Mallorca. And I promise you, by the end of this one, you're going to want to pack your bags. And for those of you who've been with me a while, yes, this is the place. The one I hinted at back in my Palma de Mallorca episode. This is where we actually stayed. So get comfortable and stay till the end. There's one room here I still can't fully explain. But before the dragons, before the giant on the wall, let me tell you how we even got here. Because we did this trip our own way, and honestly it surprised a few people. We didn't book a package tour this time. We booked the hotel ourselves on the hotel's own website, all-inclusive, and bought our flights separately. And honestly, it was easy. This is our second summer doing it this way. Before, we always flew with a tour operator. Now we don't. And we haven't lost a thing. At Palma Airport, we walked out and looked for the taxis with name signs. We'd read this before the trip. These are the official taxis. They're safer than private drivers, and they actually cost less than the app services like Uber. There's a whole line of them waiting right outside. From the airport to our hotel in Magaluf, 45 euros. You pay by card. Simple. If you want to save, the public bus is around 5 euros. We used the buses later to get into Palma. Just as easy, just as comfortable. Little tips like this are exactly the kind of thing I'll leave for you at the end, so you can travel smart and just enjoy the moments. And then we arrived, and the very first thing you see is not a reception desk. It's two giant dragons standing right there on the street. You feel it before you even arrive. Out on the street, not inside, not at reception, but right there on the pavement, a few steps before the entrance, two huge dragons are waiting for you. And behind them, the whole place is built around one idea. Nepal, Katmandu. A tower with a dome, like a little temple. Arches, statues, and then you look up, and there he is, a giant Yeti climbing right up the side of the building. The hotel stands 10 floors tall, and this figure covers 4 or 5 of them, so there is no way you could ever miss him. His name is Boro the Great, and he's not just decoration. He holds a Guinness World Record as the biggest mascot in the world. Remember him, because later he'll pull us into the strangest place of the whole trip. But first, the reason we chose this hotel at all. It wasn't the rooms, It was everything waiting behind that door. And most of it, you'd normally pay to enter. Okay, this is the part I've been dying to show you. Here's the truth. You don't come to this hotel for luxury. You come for one reason: the kids. And for them, this place is pure magic. When we were choosing, my daughter made the call herself. Another hotel had big pools and a water park. She picked this one, and you're about to see why. So what's waiting here? A giant indoor soft play zone. A whole water park they call the aquazone. A big main pool. And best of all, a real theme park right outside your door. We'll get to the water later. Trust me, there's a lot of it. But first, let me take you somewhere you can shoot your way through. Come on, because this hotel is built right inside a theme park. Katmandu Park, the only theme park on the whole island. And here's that secret I promised you. As a guest, you walk in for free. Every single day. For everyone else, around 33 euros for an adult, 24 for a child per day. For a family for a week, that's hundreds of euros. For us, included. Only the mini golf costs extra. Everything else is yours. So we went. Again and again, all week long. Now, let's step inside. The main event here is the shooters. And I'll be honest with you because that's what we do. They're a little repetitive. Big cinema screens, and you shoot at the game. Zombies, the Wild West, one theme after another. I expected more variety. But the way they did it, I'd never seen anything like it. Usually these games are virtual reality. You aim with your head. Here, you grab a real electronic gun. You hold it in your hands, you aim, and you fire. It feels alive. Watch this. And here's the twist that got me. The machine ranks every player. Your photo, your score, right up on the screen next to everyone else. Suddenly, it's a competition. And trust me, we got competitive. The best one? The Wild West ride. We climbed onto moving saddles and fired revolvers like real cowboys. That one, that was the winner. Oh, and there's one more thing here. Hidden indoors. A huge soft play zone called Atlantis. They say it's the biggest in all of Europe. 5 whole levels. I couldn't film inside, only the kids get to climb in there. But you can even leave your little ones for a while, like a kids' club, if you need a moment for yourself. We did once, and look at the detail everywhere. Corals and fish in the water zone, graves and cactuses in the shooters, the whole world of Boro the Yeti wrapped around you. Animators walk the lobby dressed as him. Little stories about him play on your room TV. They didn't just build a hotel, they built a legend. And that legend is about to get a whole lot stranger. Because there was one door we kept walking past all week, and behind it was the most magical place of the entire trip. Come on, let me take you inside. They call it the house. From outside, it's a mansion standing upside down, completely flipped over, with little trees and a bridge around it. But here's the thing. It's not a ride, it's a quest. A story you walk right through. And it's all built around Boro, that Yeti on our hotel wall. You step inside, and it feels like an elevator. The doors close, the doors open, and you're somewhere else entirely. First, a maze of mirrors. Then you climb up into Boro's kingdom. An ice cave, everything frozen solid. Giant organ, musical games you can actually play, and a wall covered in frost where you write a message with your bare hand. It was covered in words from everyone who came before us. So of course, we left ours too. And then, it gets strange, in the best possible way. Watch this, a room where the floor is tilted, but everything else stands perfectly straight. And your brain? It just cannot handle it. Honestly, I couldn't stay in there long. My daughter was totally fine. She even climbed up onto the pool table. But everyone around us had the exact same shocked look on their face. What an effect. Keep going. Next, a room full of animations, little cartoon figures singing away, a cheeky angel with a cigarette in its mouth, birds, strange plants, and a hippo that comes charging right at you. Pure imagination. Then, a bridge, and all around it, a giant tunnel, spinning. You're standing perfectly still, but your brain swears you're turning. Yeah, I crossed that one pretty quickly too, and when you think it's over, it opens up into a bright room full of clever games, reaction speed tests, a giant Tetris, a globe where you find your very own home on the map. And our favorite, a huge pin wall, full height. You know that little desk toy where you press your hand in and it pops out the other side? Imagine that, but big enough for your whole body. And then the finale. A 3D screen, a shaking platform, and a shark. It smashes the glass right at you. The screen cracks, its jaws open wide. And with that sound, that 3D, that shaking floor under your feet, for one split second it feels completely real. Right at the end, a little souvenir shop. We grabbed a magnet of Boro, so we'd never forget this place. And of everything on this whole trip, the upside-down house was the most magical. It genuinely felt like a real adventure. And listen, even if you're not staying here, even if you live nearby, you can buy a ticket and come just for the park. Trust me, it's worth it. After an adventure like that, you need to cool down. And luckily, this hotel has water everywhere. Let's dive in. And here, there are 2 ways to do it. First, the aquazone, part of the theme park, so anyone visiting the park can come here. And for us as guests, it was free. But don't picture a pool. It's a splash world. Slides, water running everywhere, water guns to grab and fire at each other. And right in the middle, a giant bucket that slowly fills. Everyone gathers, waiting. And then it flips, and a whole wall of water crashes down. Come on, watch this. They've thought of the little things too. Lockers to keep your things safe, benches to sit back on, and a cafe right at the park entrance. And then the hotel's own pool. This one just for us guests. A big one to float in, and a shallow one for the little ones. Right beside it, the pool bar. And through the day, the animation team runs games by the water. This became our rhythm all week. Adventure in the morning, water in the afternoon. Perfect. But there was one more kind of water calling to us. Bigger, bluer, and just 5 minutes away on foot. Wait until you see this. The sea here is a different story. Beautiful, clear, turquoise water, wide, sandy beaches, exactly like the picture in your head. And the entry into the water is perfect. Not too shallow, not too deep. 5, maybe 7 minutes on foot from the hotel. After last year in Benidorm, climbing up and down hills just to reach the beach, this felt like a gift. I swam a little with a mask, watching the fish near the pier. On the sand, young people played ball games in the sun. We took a small cruise on a yacht along the coast and the nearby bays. We bought the tickets at a little stand right on the way to the beach. And yes, we jumped off the yacht straight into the deep blue. That feeling, I won't forget it. You can also reach the neighboring towns by public bus. Palma Nova is right next door. Calmer, quieter, even more of a family beach. Along the promenade, cafes, restaurants, souvenir shops. And at night, Magaluf lights up. Music, clubs, everything glowing. It's a young, lively town. Is it the perfect town for a family? Maybe not, but, and this matters, you can enjoy all of it or none of it. That's your choice, and I'll come back to that at the end. So, after days full of all this, where did we actually sleep and eat? Here's the honest part, the good and the not so good. Let's talk honestly, because that's what we do here. They put us on the 9th floor. The view was wonderful. The sea on one side, mountains on the other, Magaluf below, and Palma Nova along the coast. But the room itself was smaller than we expected. We thought we were getting 2 separate rooms. It was one. It's decorated for children, with a painting on the wall. Kettle, small table, wardrobe, beds, a little fridge, and a balcony we loved in the evenings. And here's the honest truth about hotels in Spain and Mallorca. They don't shine with luxury. It's all standard. You accept that. You choose this hotel for the children and for everything around it. The food, though, the food we really liked. All inclusive, so you never think about it. One main restaurant, plus the pool bar and the lobby bar. Varied and generous. Seafood almost every day. Different fish, even tuna. Fruit, sweets, and ice cream. Soft from the machine, and Italian scooped. The Italian was better. For breakfast, eggs, omelets, bacon, cereals for the kids. Lunch and dinner. Warmer, bigger, more choice. The coffee from the machines was more like cocoa than coffee. But the juices and soft drinks were fine. And for me, the sangria and the draft beer were the winners. You pour it yourself, as much as you like. We loved eating outside, on the covered terrace, surrounded by green. Full, happy, no stress. And there's more inside. A lobby bar in the evening. Pool tables, air hockey, even a candy floss machine. The evening animation was genuinely fun. Magicians, illusionists, gymnasts, even a movie night once. People sat outside or at the bar, talking, relaxing. A warm, easy atmosphere. So, was it worth it? Let me give you the honest, useful part. And then I'll tell you the one thing my wife and I kept saying to each other every single day. Quick and useful before we finish. The tips I promised you. Remember the airport taxis with the name signs? That's the first one. Safer and cheaper than the apps. Here's the second, and it's the real one. The secret. As a guest, your access to the whole theme park is free and unlimited. For everyone else, it's around €33 a day per person. If your kids fall in love with this place like ours did, that alone can be worth more than the room. Use it every single day. We did, and everything else, the full details, prices, park hours, room tips, all my honest notes, is on one page on my website, so I don't fill this video with numbers. The link is in the description, and the QR code is on your screen right now. Scan it, and it's all there. And here's the best part. It's not just information. Right there on that page, you can actually book your tickets, entry to the theme park, and the boat trips along the coast too. I found them through a partner, so they're all in one place, ready for you. Here's the thing about Mallorca. My wife and I kept saying the same words to each other every single day. We don't want to leave. The green hills, the pine trees, the flowers, the sea that looks unreal. A hotel that turned a simple week into a real adventure for our daughter and for us. It's not the fanciest place in the world, but it gave us something better. Moments, the kind you feel. And today you only got a taste of the sea, because these beaches deserve a story of their own. So in the next episode, I'm taking you out onto the water, our boat trip along the coast, the hidden little bays, and the beaches of Magaluf and Palma Nova up close. Everything I couldn't fit into today. You won't want to miss it. If you missed it, our Palma de Mallorca episode is right here. Go feel that one too. And if you're new here, subscribe so you're here when we set sail. See you in the next one.